Hello, I'm Nicole Gurley, an OCPS College Transition Counselor. We have started seeing the increased importance of recommendation letters in the student's college application process. So I'm presenting this in order to help you write the best recommendation letters possible. We know that you are completely overwhelmed right now, but these letters can really persuade an admission committee to give your students a chance and help our students get into their dream schools to have the future that we know they are capable of. There are multiple reasons why colleges need teachers and other staff members to write recommendation letters. These days, there are millions of students that have good test scores and GPAs, as well as multiple community service hours and extracurricular activities. The colleges need us to differentiate your student from the others applying. They really need us to show them the student, especially if they are more humble or shy and do not know how to brag about their achievements. Colleges don't know anything about your student but what they see on paper. Admission reps want to see what the student is like in your classroom and how they will be able to contribute to their college classes and environment. Especially these days with all the chaos in the world, colleges really need to know if the student is going to go out and help others and make a difference, or only really cares about his or her own goals and successes. One best practice would be to try and gather some information from the student before you write the letter. There is never a problem with gently referring a student to another teacher if you do not think you could write a positive letter. If you feel that you do not know the student well enough, there is a reason they asked you. So please try and get to know the student before writing the letter. There are multiple ways to get more information about a student. You could give them some kind of questionnaire to fill out, or try and make time to spend talking to the student about their background, goals, dreams, hobbies, etc. We will be sending an example of a teacher recommendation for student profile that you can use, edit, and or turn into a Google form if you would like to. Even the strongest writers may not be writing the best recommendation letters, as there are specific things that colleges are looking for. The letters should be anywhere from 2/3 to a full page in length, short enough to read quickly, but long enough to get all the information in. They are well organized and easy to read with an introduction, body, and conclusion. They do not just list a student's attributes, but give examples and show what the student is like in your classroom. Colleges already can see everything from the application, so there is no need to repeat information about the GPA, rank, test scores, extracurricular activities, unless there's something that you'd really like to emphasize. Also, as a best practice, you may want to let students know how long it will take you to write a good letter at the beginning of the year before application season begins. Do not be afraid to give yourself plenty of time to write a good recommendation letter. With the discussion of recommendation letters, we have heard from colleges plenty of things that we should try and avoid. Wanting to show who the student is in your classroom is important. You really want to try to stay away, though, from general statements or those cliché descriptions, as well as over-exaggerations that are impossible. As much as you want to show who the student is, make sure you are including academic examples of the student and not just his or her background. I cannot stress enough to not relist the student's resume, as the colleges will be seeing the transcript and student's resume already. I have also heard countless stories from colleges and organizations where there's a wrong student name, a he instead of a she in the middle of the letter, or an incorrect school name. Please try not to just fill in another student's name into a template, but actually write the recommendation letter for that particular student. Here's an example of an amazing intro to a recommendation letter. You can see that the teacher has known the student for 3 years and really has faith in his success in the future. In the body of the recommendation letter, the teacher really shows us who the student is in the class and what his role is. He makes an impression. Not just in the classroom, but out of the classroom, the student has a love for academics. The recommender also mentions his age, which may not have been highlighted in other portions of the application, as well as his readiness for college. After multiple paragraphs in the body of the letter, this is how she concludes it. It is short and sweet and really stresses her high opinion of the student, as well as the uniqueness of his greatness. This was obviously pieces of an amazing letter of recommendation, and it is from an English teacher, so her vocabulary is exceptional. Not all recommendation letters will look like this one, but as long as you put in the effort and really try and show the student in a positive light in your classroom, the colleges will really appreciate it. Please feel free to contact me, the college and career specialist, or one of your school counselors if you ever need some assistance with a letter of recommendation or would like someone to read through it. We do not want this to be a stressful task, so there are plenty of people here at the school to help you.